Make ways. Do what you need to do, but make this day count. Because it's the only day you got at this moment. That tomorrow might be another question. If you get another shot tomorrow, you go harder than you went today. In the meantime, I'm Karl Mays, the King Motivator, with another day, another chance. I love my beautiful people out there, because most of y'all out there don't realize what that truly means. You'll say the phrase, but you have no idea what it means. What it means is, if you breathe and you got another shot. If you got air in your lungs, you got blood in your veins, you got another shot. You got to make something happen. Make this day different from the day before. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. Do everything I would, which is to be the greatest version of you. Now, let me give you some house rules before we jump into it, because we definitely got a special guest in the building. The house rules. Make sure you go to the Facebook KYND radio page. Make sure you like it first. That's first. I'm going to see how well people can follow instructions. Like the Facebook page first, and then make sure you share it. Same thing with your Twitter. Same thing with your Instagram, your Snap, YouTube, Pinterest, all of them. Do make sure you like those pages, follow those pages, share it with people, because remember what we're doing. We're putting positive energy out in the universe. It's enough negative. I think every single week I see something online or on my news feed, on my different social media platforms, and the things that get millions and millions of hits are things that have nothing to do with making us great. So we're going to spend this Wednesday morning, this is hump day, doing something great, giving you a different energy so that you can attack that promotion, so that you can attack your business, so that you can attack being spiritually inclined, getting your relationship together, getting your relationship with God together, making sure that you are living to your fullest potential. I don't care what you do. Make sure you make it happen. Now that we got all that out the way, I just want to make sure you all know every week I'm going to bring y'all somebody very, very wonderful that's doing things in their genre of what they feel like they were put on this earth to do. And we're going to make sure we get a chance to know them, their story, and see if we can pull some inspiration out of it so that they can inspire you to go ahead and do the things you're doing. And if you're out there and you're doing your thing, trust me, I'm reaching out to some of those people. Y'all hit me on Facebook, because I'll definitely make sure we get you guys on the show. In the meantime, y'all do me a favor. In the building, somebody that's doing community work, created her own lane, and made sure she brought something that she had in mind to life in order to do her part when it comes to the village, when it comes to the community. Y'all do me a favor. I'll call her a community activist in her own way, Miss Kim Landry. Y'all give a round of applause.
Hey, how y'all doing?
What's up? We in the building, Kim.
What's going on?
We are here.
Yes, sir.
Listen, I know, the show, it gives a little bit of essence to people to be able to, hear some of the things you have to say, but to make sure that it inspires them to be able to go do some of the greatest things they need to do. So, Kim, I want you to do me a favor before we go any further, because I think there are people out there, some that may be watching that know you, and then some that may not, and they don't know what you do. Tell everybody, first of all, who is Kim Landry?
Kim Landry is a mother,
Okay.
a daughter, a friend,
Okay.
and an aunt.
Okay.
I like to help people. I feel like I've been putting this on this earth to do something positive.
Right.
I feel that we're all blessed to be a blessing. I truly
I think so,
believe
too.
that. And if God has put anything in you, then you are to use that to help somebody
Right.
in some particular way, whatever that way is.
Right.
You're supposed to help somebody, and that's my whole goal, is to be a blessing to others.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Do you think that there are some misconceptions sometimes of who Kim Landry is by people that either get to know you or don't get to know you?
Yeah, I do.
What do you think some of those misconceptions are?
People, because I can look mean.
Okay.
I can just stand off.
So people, they judge you based on how you appear.
Based on, I like to get to know people.
Okay.
Before I just let the wall down, because there's so much going on. So many people that want to get to you.
Right. Are we a little distorted? Can you hear her? I just want to make sure, we're clear, that the people are clear. I don't know. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, people want to get to know you or get in your circle based on what they think or how they think you can help them.
Right.
Versus being genuine and wanting to, just get to know you. So I'm very, I've gotten to the point where I'm very standoff.
Right.
Try to get to know you, and
right.
We'll see how
now,
it
you know
goes.
that then to some people out there, that sounds like a contradiction, because they say, but she's in the community. She's trying to do something for the community. Explain that whole compare and contrast. So I think that you've been put in a position, too, to overcome some of your probable fears.
Right.
But also be able to do something to help people in the midst of it.
Right. It sounds like a contradiction, because even though I'm out in the community,
right.
that's not necessarily who Kim Landry is. Kim Landry loves to help, loves to do stuff for the community,
right.
but as far as getting to know Kim Landry on a personal level,
Right.
I think that's where I kind of draw the line.
Gotcha.
Because I'm always out. I'm always willing to do. That's
Right.
just who I am, to help and to
Right.
try to be a blessing. That's
Right.
just what I do.
That's exactly
But as
right.
far as letting people in my inner circle
Right.
to know, okay, Kim is having a bad, because I have people that know if I post Kim is having a bad day for various reasons. So they'll, are you okay? You know,
Right.
those are the people that I keep close to me.
Right. So let's explore that a little bit. You know, I think that, you know, having a bad day is a normalcy for all people out there. So if you're listening and you think you don't have a bad day, then I think you are not human. Right. So
Right.
for the most part, let's explore that. I mean, you've created, first of all, you're the CEO, the founder of Saving Families Worldwide.
Correct.
And it's a nonprofit organization, guys, that definitely does its thing in the community, and it's gradually growing to be able to touch other lives and be able to help families that would normally have those particular challenges, you know, if you weren't there. So you created Saving Families Worldwide, and you still are this normal person. Like, how do you still pull through whenever you're in, you know, those moments where you feel like, you know, you're fretful, like your fear is taking over. You don't know whether or not this is something you should be doing, but you feel it in your heart. How do you get through that, and how do you deal with that?
I pray.
Okay.
And I think about, depending on what the issue is or whatever I'm trying to do.
Right.
What I'll do is I'll look for inspiration. Let's say if it's an issue with the community.
Okay.
I know a lot of times if I don't do a certain thing, it may not get done.
Ah.
So that's my inspiration to continue to help others. Now, a lot of times the funds aren't there.
Right.
So a lot of times I may self-fund if I don't get sponsors, because I'm that adamant
Right.
about.
But you
needs
still
take
try to
place.
bring it through. Whatever the
definitely.
event is, or whatever the project that you're doing, you still try, no matter, you know, if the sponsors come through or not.
Right.
It's something that you.
Because my name is attached to it.
Right.
And I'm very serious about my name.
I got you.
You know, I believe in being a person of integrity.
Yes.
If I say I'm going to do something, Kim Landry is going to do it.
Now let's explore that. I mean, so when you talk about being an integral person with, you know, Saving Families Worldwide, when you came up with the concept of saving, how did we get there? First of all, how did you come up with that concept, and what drove you to that point?
Because I feel like a lot of people, because there are a lot of issues that the families are dealing with.
Okay.
And
you're
feel
talking
like
about the, you know, particular families, or just families, period?
families, period.
Okay.
I feel like the family structure is under attack.
Okay.
And so with everything, homelessness, incarceration, all of that, those are issues that the families deal with on a daily basis.
Okay.
And I feel like a lot of families just need resources.
Right.
If they had help, they can get through those issues. If they had, let's say, counseling, they would know how to deal with certain issues. So
Right.
and they would get through those and be able to be productive citizens.
So you feel like Saving Families is a bridge?
Yes, I feel like we are a bridge to connect them to resources that are out there, or we can be that particular resource that they would need to help them get over that hump.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's a very, very, you know, cordial statement that she's making. You know, connecting people with the resources, or being the resource.
Mm-hmm.
I think that when I think of Saving Families Worldwide and some of the things that I've seen, so what are some of the past events that you all have done?
We have an annual event called Christmas in November, where we
Okay.
go into a neighborhood within the city of Houston. Every year we rotate areas of town.
Right.
And we have a sit-down dinner. We bring toys. We give away, all the kids walk away with toys
And those
and
are
walk away with
for
bikes.
sponsors.
Right. We have sponsored community partners that we use that donate bikes. We have toys that are donated. And we actually have a sit-down dinner.
Oh, that's
And we
good.
feed everybody. And
That's good.
the kids walk away with toys. They
Right.
walk away with bikes. And the family walks away with a bag of groceries.
Gotcha. So let me ask you this though. You know, like how is that turnout, and how has it grown from based on the first time you did it?
Oh, wow. It's growing. And it's great. It's just a great feeling to have, because and you don't realize it. I didn't realize it until we actually started doing it. It was just a concept that I came up with.
Okay.
But once we did it, and it was, you know, kids sometimes don't get a hot meal.
Right.
And, you know, you
And
live in
some
your
people
own.
are disconnected, because this may sound very strange to some of you, and some of you may be connected enough to understand this, but outside of your family structure and the things that you do on a daily
Right.
basis, and making it home and having a hot meal and loving on your kids and things like that, there are people
Right.
that are in this particular city of Houston, but all
Right.
over the world, but in this particular city of Houston, that are not getting any of that.
Correct.
And that is a concern for you.
It is. And I didn't really realize that until we did the first one. And the little babies were like, can I have some more? Can I have some more? That was
Wow.
good. Like, yeah, baby, go ahead. You know,
Wow.
it was just like, wow. And you get to see stuff that you probably didn't even realize.
Right.
You know, and the families are so grateful, and I
Right.
think that's what pushes me, because they're grateful
Wow.
and they appreciate it. And the kids, because sometimes kids may not get another toy for Christmas.
Right, and you know what? You know, that's kind of wonderful to hear you say, you know, about parents being grateful, because whenever you do something like that, where you get community partners that, you know, give you, you know, goods and kinds services, and you know, whatever their product is, they give it in abundance, you know, for people that are in need to be able to come. You don't have a way that they qualify, or is it just kind of open to the public?
It's open to the public.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
You show up and you get what we have for that day. You get a hot meal.
That's
the kids
beautiful.
will walk away with a toy.
That's
and then we're going to raffle off some bikes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now that's beautiful. Now let me tell y'all something. Everybody love free. and anytime it's something that will enhance some people that just won't have or haven't had, then I think that's something that should be supported, because that is a life work. I think of, you know, when you think of nonprofit organizations that are community based, that are deep in the community, because there are nonprofits that probably don't even touch the community, but they do stuff online or whatever the case may be. But you're out there in the community, so whenever you have a person who is putting on a tireless effort to be able to, you know, join, you know, families and bridge gaps, you know, because and we're going to definitely talk about, you know, the event that you have this coming Saturday here in Houston. We'll make sure we get into that. You guys got to make sure you're there. It's a free event. It's going to be absolutely wonderful. We'll talk a little bit more about that. But in the meantime, y'all do me a favor. You got to like that Facebook page, and you got to hit that share button. Hit that share button now. We're going to be right back. We're going to go into this little break, but I got to make sure that you do me a favor and make sure you share this. There are people out there that need to help, that we need to help, and people out there that need to hear what we're saying today, because somebody needs to be inspired by the story of Kim Landry. Do me a favor, y'all. It's KYND Radio, the kind of talk that inspires change. Karl Mays, King Motivator. We'll be right back.